I'm in a little bit of an awkward position here because, as some of you may know, my newspaper, and I'm the editorial page editor, from time to time has been somewhat critical of Norm's boss. And I suspect that, especially after last night, that that pattern will probably continue. Might even intensify, Norm. That said, my basic judgment to this point is that it's too soon. We really do not know. There are a lot of things that I personally find very encouraging about what the administration is trying to do. There's some things that, frankly, I think are rather disappointing and perhaps even surprising, given the promises that were made during the 2008 campaign. But be that as it may, I think it's way too early to arrive at any judgments. Having served in a administration before I became a journalist as a political appointee, I have some appreciation for the political imperative that the transparency issue has to exist within. The political imperative is very simply this: plausible deniability, protect the boss, save your tail. And that means too often we have an incentive to not be transparent, and an incentive that is an institutional and not simply a personal one. I think that's the main reason, one of the main reasons why it's so difficult to achieve change. It's also one of the reasons why many of the things that the Obama people have started to do are frankly rather remarkable. It is remarkable, given that imperative, that they would assume the responsibility for doing these things. But that political imperative will always be there. And I think there are a couple of cases that, at least to this date, suggest that the Obama folks are no less subject to that problem as the Bush people were before or the Clinton people were before them. The first of these is the case of the Black Panthers, the voter intimidation case in Philadelphia, where the administration has, quite frankly, taken some, I think, ridiculous claims as far as the FOI exemptions go. There is one particular number involved in the whole TARP discussion that I think is the most interesting, and that's 79.9%. Anybody know what that represents? That's the percentage of AIG that the government owns now. And I think it would be a fascinating exercise to find out who in the Treasury Department, both in the Bush and the Obama administration, arrived at that figure and how they got it. 79.9%. One of the things that we teach in computer-assisted reporting is that an inordinate precision in statistics is usually a giveaway, that somebody's trying to pull a fast one on you. So I'd really like to know how they got that 79.9%. One final observation, and I will shut up. I wrote a editorial in Sarah's former newspaper back in 2002 that posed the question: why is it the Bush administration always seems to have a default position of secrecy? Don't know that we can answer that question or if it's even an appropriate question yet for the Obama administration. But I have to tell you, there are days when I think I feel an op-ed coming on.